he will say hi. So just a brief of what we do. Passcode is a company that is growing, and one of our big services that we offer is a pathway to US for nurses, majorly. And for you to work in US as a nurse, you have to do NCLEX exams. So NCLEX entails a number of logistics and services and processes that are mentioned, as you can see there. So there is the NCLEX registration services. There is a CGFNS applications. We assist in that. We assist in doing the verification by your nursing schools. We guide you on the same. We also guide you in choosing your boards, which board will be okay with you, or which board do you qualify for. We also help you in the NCLEX exams application, and we also do a comprehensive 4-month NCLEX review course. We offer NCLEX trainings, very comprehensive, very professional, with experts who have a lot of experience with the NCLEX exams, and they present the content in a way that will give you a upper hand. That is speaking from how we have done it before as NCLEX, from the passes, NCLEX passes, and one of them is going to speak to us today, who has gone through our trainings and have passed the NCLEX exams, and she's considering, or she's exploring new opportunities abroad just because she has passed NCLEX and with us. We also help in NCLEX exam scheduling and guidance on the same. Other logistics, currently we're speaking of USA, so we help in the logistics. We give you counseling on the logistics for travel to US. We also offer IELTS, that is the English proficiency exams. We offer IELTS trainings and registrations. We also offer post-NCLEX assistance. Once you've passed your exams, do we just leave you to work on your own, or to juggle around with what you don't know? No, we don't do that. We help you in doing the job search. We help you in the guidance on which state can you work well with, or which state has good income or good companies, but with the low standard of living. Yeah, so we help in giving you guidance on the same. So we support you in a number of documentations. CGFNS registration requires a number of documents to be verified and uploaded and taken to CGFNS. We help in supporting our clients with the same. We also help you in interview preparation and support for job search, that is the US nursing jobs. So those are some of the services we offer in the US nursing pathway. Another service that Passcode offers is German language training. And this is a service that has really grown with Passcode. We have a number of intakes that we have onboarded with us since we brought in the German aspect of Passcode, and it has also opened doors for a number of our clients in Germany. And the good thing also with this, I would say, is because it is now open even to other professions. But I won't talk much about that. Because today we are handling NCLEX. Yeah, so I have seen your message. I've not shared. I've just removed the screen I was sharing. Yeah, so I wanted to bring that screen alone because that is what we are talking much about today. And that brings me to the point that we always offer these webinars every month, and German webinar is also coming. I will also invite us so that if you maybe exploring German professionals or German opportunities, maybe you're a nurse, you want to work in Germany, you can also attend such webinars. So I just wanted to just give a brief of that. But our main aim today is to give you about the tips for NCLEX. What do you need to do if now you've done NCLEX revision? Which step do you take? That is what our guest today is going to bring to us. So in a very special way, I want to invite our guest, but you can, at the same time, post our questions on the chat so that once the guest is done, we are able to handle your questions. So kindly keep them coming. Zabulon will be picking up the questions and listing them down in the order in which they come. In a very special way, how many with me welcome our guest today? Let me see in the chat. You can say I do. I do. Let me see in the chat how many with me welcome our guest today. Thank you. I can see Mary has welcomed our guest by carrying her hand up. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Edwin. Thank you, Alice. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. You're amazing. And at this point, allow me to take this opportunity to welcome our guest who has been our student who has passed NCLEX. He's a passer of NCLEX. He has experience. He has passed through Passcode. She will give you a snippet of what Passcode really stands for in matters to do with making sure that our clients are served professionally with dignity and making sure that you have value for your money. So, Madam Ross, kindly, if you can hear me, you can unmute your mic and speak to us.
Thank you so much, Caleb. Hi, everyone. My name is Rose, USRN in Kenya, getting a process to relocate with my family to the US. I am one of the beneficiaries of Passcode Kenya consultants, and I'm here to inform all of you that you are in the best place. I was juggling around for many years, thinking how I could start and even how I could process it. I tried some money, and that person was asking for a lot of money that I could not even be able to raise. When I came across Passcode, the deal was done. I set myself, and here I am today. I am one of the Passcode students, and I'm a proud student because I passed my NCLEX. One thing I want to assure you when you are in Passcode, I want to assure you that Passcode is a trusted partner that you can work with, that you can even trust with your finances. Personally, there is no transaction I did on my own during the process of doing the NCLEX, because there's a lot of documentation, there's registration, as Caleb has said. Passcode did it for me. I stay in Kisii, but there's no single day I moved to Nairobi maybe to look for my documents in KMTC, in Nursing Council. They did it for me, and it was awesome. Actually, I'm the one who could at least sometime delay them in the process because of finances, and I trust that money is not gotten one day, but every one step counts. Passcode was so patient with me. They worked with me. And now, after I passed my NCLEX, they never left me at that point. They connected me to a job. I've already signed my agreement with the employer in the US, and I'm supposed to work in the Texas city, I don't know, states, and that is the work of Passcode. So when you are in in Passcode, know that you are in a very safe place and they'll never let you get disappointed. You will always feel like you want to be here. That is why I'm here. I feel I should celebrate with them every time. And I have so many friends of mine that we were working together out of the classes that we were attending with the lecturers. We also went aside and made a discussion group with some students, and we said, let's make a group work. We did it, all of us, we have passed. None of us has not done an exam. We were 4 of us, and all of us, we have passed. Now, today I'm here to take you through how to study and pass NCLEX. I'm here to give you morale and tell you that in case you feel that you are overwhelmed, maybe by responsibilities and by multitasking, and Passcode will do it for you, and it is very easy. I don't know, Caleb, there's something that is showing on my screen. Can you please advise me what it is?
Okay, what is showing on your screen?
There's something that the host would like to promote you to be a
Yes,
panelist.
yes. If you would like maybe to share a screen,
Okay.
that is going to allow you to do so.
Okay. Okay,
Yes,
let
so
me
you can.
continue.
Okay.
I'm doing an audio.
Okay.
So
Okay.
as I had said, number one, when you are studying for NCLEX and you want to pass, you must have a goal first. You must set your goals, and the goal is to achieve a pass as the end results. You must have discipline on your time management. You must work hard to achieve your targets. And you must follow the instructions that Passcode is giving you. Every time, every evening, the lecturers are giving us notes. They used to give us instructions. Follow those instructions, please. I did my search around before I started the process. I did a lot of search to find where I could settle with my finances because I was a private student. And I can assure you that Passcode is the cheapest consultancy that you can get around. The rest are so expensive, and they give you a baggage of so many things that you even get lost. Because I tried one and I had to drop. So what must you know? You must know that NCLEX is doable. It's doable with Passcode. Know the contents. Please take notes. You must know the contents. And where are you going to get this content from? There is a course review that Passcode is giving that takes around 4 months. They really give you an NCLEX content. That is the content that you need, because they have simplified it to a level that you can understand. And during the time you want to gather more content, you can also use the materials that they provide, because they normally advise which materials to use. There are so many materials that you can use which are online, some are in social media, but those are just carrying a baggage of a lot of information that will tire you up. Just go with the materials that Passcode is going to provide you. And that one, I'm very sure that you will build your content and you'll be ready to face the NCLEX exam. Make a study plan as you continue. You cannot review these contents if you don't have a study plan. Study plan is by maybe having a timetable that can guide you, and you also manage your time well so that you limit time wasting. Focus on your area of weaknesses. At times you will be in class with the lecturers, they'll give you a topic, and that topic becomes like you have not heard anything, you didn't understand really what it was. That is your area of weakness. You can always go back to Passcode. They have special classes to review your area of weaknesses. So please don't ignore your weak areas, because when you are studying, you will always have a weak area. Those weak areas, you don't start guessing. Just go back to the Passcode and they will guide you. Familiarize yourself with the type of questions that you are going to face in NCLEX. Which type of questions? There are questions which mimic NCLEX. Those are the questions you should be practicing all the time. You must have a Q bank. And you don't buy any Q bank. Passcode always will guide you which Q bank to buy, because there are so many also. And most of the questions are also another source of building your content. So when you want to buy a Q bank, you also have to contact with Passcode team. They will guide you which Q bank to buy. Q bank is the question bank. Then remember in the US, safety. So anytime you are tackling a content, always look at the areas that are focusing on the safety of the clients and mark them as NCLEX tips. Those are the ones which they test on. Also, you need to have a rest. Don't just read like a robot. Reading every morning, every evening, you are on books. No, it is also good that you have time to rest and reflect. Why do we want to reflect? You reflect by looking at where have you come from, where are you headed to, where are you at present, where did you start from, where you are at present, and where you are headed to. That time needs at least a rest, and you reflect. You can go to a place, you have your coffee, and then you look at yourself, and always congratulate yourself for the small gains that you've got in NCLEX. Even starting the process alone, opening that account, you congratulate yourself, because Passcode will open for you account. They'll give you the password. You'll open that account. You'll see Chief NS coming on your screen. That one, tap your back and say, oh, I've started. This is it. Now, as you continue in each and every process that you are moving, continue congratulating yourself. There are those no things that you have to drop when you want to study and pass NCLEX. If you want to study and pass NCLEX, number one, remove your country nursing from your mind and move to the US and sit there. Assume that you are in the US, because everything that you are going to encounter in NCLEX, it is quite new according to the basic nursing that we've gathered in our country. Why am I saying it new? There are procedures that we are doing in our various countries that nurses are not doing in the US. So if you go with that mind that, okay, it is a delivery of a mother, I'm going to deliver, I'm going to do this, you'll get it wrong. Remove your mind from Kenya, set your mind that you are in the US, and whatever you are reading is what is happening in the US. Do not relate anything, any practice with what we are doing in Kenya. The reason why I'm saying that, there are so many things that are different. So when you are moving into this NCLEX thing, remove that Kenyan mind that you are a Kenyan nurse. Tell yourself you are an American nurse, and then you read towards the curriculum of the Americans. Always, I've said, never see yourself as a failure. That is also another no thing. Another knows that you need to do you need to drop your routines and the tradition of doing things. Maybe you've been waking up in the morning, you freshen up, you go to work or you go to the market, you are doing your side hustles. Now you have to change your schedule of doing things. You need to set your mind that you'll be sleeping late, because whatever that you are going to do now, the NCLEX you are reading for is something that somebody in the US is reading for the 2 years or 3 years. You are reviewing it for maybe 6 months or 4 months. So you need to work extra hours so that you catch up with everything that is needed. So you will have to drop your routine of doing things, and you start the NCLEX journey to the US. So why am I saying that you have to drop the routines? Maybe if your routine is waking up and you are going to work, you'll have to wake a bit earlier, you revise, then by the time you want to go to work, at least you've covered one topic. Then no parties, no chamas, no to get-togethers, the baby showers, all those are nonsense things at this particular time. You are going to lose some friends, because if you are used to hanging out with friends, this time you'll have to take an off from them. You focus on NCLEX journey so that you don't confuse yourself. And whatever that you've started, it can stick in you, and you also have enough time to reflect. As I said, that you need enough time to reflect, and then you have to have never start NCLEX without timelines. You must have a timeline. If I'm starting this 1st of June, I'm starting this journey today, when am I supposed to end? The course review is ending maybe in 4 months or in 3 months. Then after 3 months, I should be able to answer questions. Maybe I give myself 1 extra month to revise and check my weak areas, and then I sit for that exam. Because you cannot read for NCLEX for a whole year. You will be bored even. You will even get tired. You will get burned out. So please set your study plan. Then what you also need to check on, you need to always you need also to adjust yourself and know that this is what I want. After that, you must know the topics that are really commonly tested. This one, the commonly tested topics, there are so many commonly tested topics, which if you find that someone did an NCLEX the other day and you are going to do it next month, there is a routine that in NCLEX they do repeat questions, they do repeat topics. So what are you going to do? What you are going to do, you need to work with the lecturers so that they guide you. I've said you must work closely with them, one by one. If it is sounders, how are you going to read sounders? Because I told you one of the sources of getting content is from Passcode, Sounders, QBank, and having the NCLEX tip. After that, you are good to go. So at times you can be overwhelmed by the a huge work that is in front of you, that you need to study. You don't have time. Don't worry. NCLEX have told you it is doable. Do what your mind can accommodate. Do not read like a robot. Have a study plan, and review each and every time. If this time you are reading about, let's say, for example, you are doing respiratory system conditions, after you are done with that topic, go to the QBank. I think you will be taken through how to buy and use the QBank. Go to your QBank, open questions which are related to that respiratory system conditions. Answer those questions. Find where is your areas of weakness. Review all the rationales. And then as you review all the rationales, imagine that is also building up your content. Again, you can set another day again to repeat the same topic. At least do each and every topic twice so that you review and see, am I okay? If I'm given a topic from this, am I able to answer? So personally, I can say I used Passcode review training. I used Sounders. I used QBank, which Passcode chose for me. I was using Archer. Archer was my QBank, and I used the NCLEX tips channels like McKilmec channel and the simple nursing in YouTube. I could review and I was okay. So when I did my NCLEX, I had set my target because my plan was to pass and I must stop at 85. So that is where my computer stopped, and I only used 50 minutes. Imagine NCLEX is an exam of 5 hours to study, to do. You sit for 5 hours doing an exam of 150 questions. But personally, because I had gained a lot of content, a lot of confidence, I only sat for 50 hours, 50 minutes, and I was done with my exam. In 50 minutes, even when I was calling Humphrey, telling him I've done my exam, he didn't even believe that I can do for that 50 minutes, and already the computer was shut, and I knew I've passed because I could see how I'm answering questions. Why am I saying this? When you have enriched yourself with enough content, there is no question that you will not face. There is no question that you will not tackle, because you only relate the content you have with the question that you've been asked. And again, there is always this notion. People will come and tell you that NCLEX is hard, NCLEX is not, is something. No, please don't listen to anybody. Listen to yourself. You are the one who knows your capacity. You are the one who knows what you do better and what you don't do, where you because the way I was studying is not the way maybe you can study. Just set your target and start your study plan, and you will be okay. Then there are those things that you also need to know. If I may, the last but not least, the type of questions that you are going to face. The types of questions that are there in NCLEX, we have standalones. These are questions which come like MCQs, and you choose an answer. There are SATAs. SATAs are select all that apply. Select all that apply. These are questions, and they are very tricky. These ones, they can make you to fail an exam. So once you have gathered your content and you are facing these questions and you are getting these questions that select all that apply, even if you find the options you've been given are 10, and you find that one option is the only one that you are sure of, that this is right, pick that one, because there is partial credit you'll be given. Other than you picking one and you pick a wrong one, then it will take the right one that you took. This one has a negative marking. There is also case studies. Case studies, this is a scenario you are given and the answers are there. So when you are facing case studies, this one is 100% score because you have the answers with you. It is like the passages we used to read when we were in high school. Then you start looking for answers in that passage. That is the same scenario that is happening with the case studies. You only study the case study, you understand it, then you are asked the questions, you refer back to the case study, you answer. So I always say that case studies, those are free marks. Drag and drop are also there, both eyes, all these are the free marks. NCLEX is very easy once you understand the content. I repeat, NCLEX is very easy once you understand the content. And where are you getting the content from? I've told you the content is with Passcode. They have a review. The content is in Sounders. The content is in the QBank. Those are the three main sources of content. If you understand those, Sounders is a big book which has around 1,000 and what pages, 1,079 pages. So you can imagine you are opening a book which has 1,009 pages, and then you are reading. You will even be bored. It is good if you get the review that Passcode is going to give you. Now you have an overview of what you want, so that when you are going to Sounders, you are going to Sounders directly with that review, that content, that information that already you had been given. So you are going to review maybe the things that you missed to write down the notes. Maybe you don't have time to listen to the recordings, but I thank God that Passcode has recordings. Even if you missed to be in class today evening, in the morning you already, Zabron, Caleb, they will always send the recordings and you listen. Take notes at your own pace and review from Saunders. Compare. Saunders is a book that is being used in the US. So that is the book that we are reading here in Kenya. Do not be cheated that read this. You will fail because you'll get a lot of chunkies that will mislead you. And anytime you are in class, there is a point where the lecturer said, NCLEX tip. Please note that. NCLEX tips, note those sentences. When they give you a sentence and they tell you this is an NCLEX tip, that is where an exam comes from. Because they cannot give us an exam from all the Sounders. They'll pick areas and then they'll assess us on that and you will pass. So this evening, what do I want to encourage you? I want to encourage you that NCLEX is doable, number one. NCLEX is good when you have a study timetable. NCLEX is easy when you have timelines. That from this type of this time to this time, I should be done with this thing. That is the best. And then we have if you are weak, have somebody to talk to. At times, you can be overwhelmed. You can feel like, oh my God, I'm bursting. My mind is blowing off. It is also good to have somebody to talk to. You can talk to your mom. You can talk to your dad. You can talk to your spouse. You can talk to your child. Or you can even call Passcode and talk to them. They are always very good. They will always talk to you and you'll feel relieved because at times, I want to assure you, you can get burned out, especially when you are multitasking. You are going to work, you have a family, and you are studying for NCLEX. You can blow off, but it's good to talk it out. Call Humphrey. He's just a call away. He will talk to you, he will encourage you, and you will not regret being in this Passcode class because they support you physically, they support you emotionally, they support you psychologically, and they even support you spiritually. Uh, They, why am I saying they support you spiritually? They support you spiritually, not that they are going to pray for you. No, they already know what is giving you hope and what is giving you a meaning. When you call somebody and tells you, okay, today, rest. I want you to rest. I want you to listen to music. I want you to go and have coffee. That is spiritual support. That is what is giving you a meaning. You're not necessarily somebody praying with you, but somebody talking to you and giving you hope. It will boost you a lot. Thank you so much for listening to me. Now we can take questions.
Thank you so much, Ross. That was powerful. That was indeed powerful. And I think most of the things you've mentioned touches on some of the questions we have here. But just to read, there are some questions I can handle. The one someone asked, how much does one need to start? It depends on what you want to start with. Some decide to start with the NCLEX program. Some decide to start with the registrations. The two can go together depending on the amount you have. But we always advise, if you join our program and you're planning to do your exams after the program, which is always advisable, you are advised to do the two processes at the same time. That is the CGFNS registration and the NCLEX program. Yeah, so the NCLEX program is 30,000 Kenya shillings for 4 months. During that time, you have an engagement, one-on-one engagement, live classes with our tutors from 7 to 9 p.m. in the evening, EAT. So, Rose, there's a question here. What is the most effective study schedule for someone with limited time each day?
Okay, thank you. The most effective, okay. Thank you so much, Johnson, for asking this question. What is the most effective study schedule for someone with limited time each day? I told you, you have to sit down and look at your schedule first. Then look at your schedule first, then allocate yourself time, like 4 hours in a day. You are able to study for 4 hours in a day. You are not going to sit for continuously for 4 hours, of course, per se, I can say, but you can break, like in the evening, you'll give yourself, let's say 2 hours in the evening, because you are going to do a course review. It depends in the evening at what time you are free. You can, like Passcode classes, they start at 7 to 9. That is enough for you for that time. Then wake up earlier than the time you are reporting to work. If you are reporting to work, maybe let's say 7 a.m. and you are living in Nairobi where there's a jam. I told you now you have to disorganize your routines. You'll be able to wake up at 4 a.m. You have 1 hour, 4 to 5. You look at what you want to check on, and then you go to work. While you are at work, now this is now where you are going to break the another 1 hour, because I told you at least 4 hours in a day. The other one, when you are at work, you are going to have your 30 minutes break at work maybe. That is the time now you'll sit down and listen to the recordings. You listen to the recordings maybe for that minutes while you are taking your tea, you're listening, then you'll go back to work. While you are at work now, any slightest time you are free, you can check on the questions, rationales. If you did a question, now you can open that question, look at it. What was the answer? Even if you got it right, you must review the rationale. Even if you got it wrong, you must review all the rationales, because you are building up your content. That is how you will now work like 4 hours, at minimum 4 hours in a day. Then there's another question here. Which NCLEX preparation books, resources do you recommend the most for 2025? I've told you the books, Sounders is the standard book that is being used. It has all the contents. Then you can add up the notes. The notes from Passcode, that is Passcode is giving, those notes they are made out of sounders. They are simplified. It is sounders which has been simplified and summarized for you in a simpler way for you to understand. Because there is a lot of things that are in sounders, but the passcode is going for specific ones. The mostly commonly tested topics. That is now you'll get it right. Other than reading that whole book and you don't know which one you are supposed to read, they will guide you now. They'll give you the specific topics which are commonly tested. I think this one answers 1 and 2 and 4. How should I adjust my study plan if I'm working on or doing clinicals at the same time? Already I've talked about how you can adjust. It is you to review your study program. Then after you've reviewed your program, your daily program, you can now see where you can fix your study time. Not necessarily that you can read in the morning. At times you find yourself you are on night duty, and you in that morning hours you need to do your cardex, you need to give report, you need to write report, check on the observed patients. So you don't really need to be so strict that at 4 a.m. I have to be in class. No, you can readjust yourself and study during the day, maybe 2 hours during the day when you are resting at home. Then you read. So actually study schedule it majorly depends on your own self, how you are working, so that you don't interfere with your work. And it is not something that you should walk in the corridors telling people, "Yo, don't put me on these duties. I'm working, I'm studying for NCLEX." You will be frustrated because even haters don't want you to progress. Remember, NCLEX is a progress. There are some people who don't want to hear that. They will make your life miserable. It is your personal thing, it is your personal choice, and keep it to yourself. How can I effectively review the content without becoming overwhelmed by the volume of information? I've told you this one, it is already sorted by passcode. Passcode is simplifying that NCLEX book. That book is 1,000 plus pages. But in 4 months' time, they would have covered the whole book. Your work is to, if you are not able to go with your own schedule, you can follow the schedule of Passcode, because they give us a timetable. They say, okay, this week we are doing, let's say, cardiovascular system. Go with them. Study that cardiovascular with them at your own time. Review the notes at your own time. Look for questions which are related to that cardiovascular. And by the time they are finishing, you are also done with it. You are very contented that if I face any question about cardiovascular, I will answer. That is when if you are not able to make your own study program. Passcode has a very good study program. Then is Passcode not reflection of sounders? I've said yes. They are not teaching anything outside the curriculum of the US. They have the USA curriculum, and the USA curriculum is what is being reflected in the sounders. So their notes is a very good reflection of the US curriculum and the sounders. Just sit down and listen to them, join their classes. Then from the sample of questions we have had so far, I'm unable to pick the correct choice after eliminating the 2 obvious wrong choices. What can you advise? Oh, thank you for this. This is now where I told you now, when you're studying for NCLEX, you work like a USA nurse. You don't work like a Kenyan nurse. Why am I saying this? There are those small wordings. Just read the question, understand. After you read the question, understand. Now start eliminating. You eliminate the wrong ones. Now there are those two answers which look similar. If you see a choice that is having only, that one is a wrong one. Eliminate. They will always confuse you. Let's say, for example, let's say a client is using insulin, remained with two, which are saying insulin should be administered at 30 minutes or 15 minutes after a meal. That is fast-acting insulin. Another one is coming, is telling you insulin should be administered only after 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 15 to 30 minutes after a meal. That only is the one which you are going to eliminate. I hope I have not confused you. There are those small English word things that they put there to confuse you. Anything you see that whatever, only, must, those are wrong answers, because they're confining you that you cannot change your mind if a client has changed the condition. So those ones that making you to stick into something that you cannot even change, that one is the one that is wrong. And also priority. If you are eliminating, let's say for example, you are attending to a mother who has PPH, then there is a massage of the uterus. This is a mother who is already in shock, and there is a one which is giving you massage the uterus. Another one, administer oxygen. Another one, administer oxytocin. Another one, call the HCP. Now, which one are you going to eliminate among the four? I've said you have got a mother who is having PPH. Number one, there is a which is saying you massage the uterus. B, you call the HCP. C, you administer oxygen. And then D, administer oxytocin. Now you would wonder, like, which one is which? All these, they are all good. They are all actions that you can take to prevent PPH. But which is the most one? Which one are you going to eliminate? Number one, you will eliminate administering of oxytocin. Number two, you will eliminate calling the HCP, because you cannot call the HCP before doing anything. Now you have remained with two, which is administer oxygen and administer and massage the uterus. Now you would wonder, like, do I give oxygen or do I massage the uterus? You massage the uterus first. That is the best option. Why are we massaging the uterus? Remember, this is a client who is bleeding. You have to arrest the bleeding first by massaging that uterus. Make it contract. And then after it has contracted, give oxygen. That is how those questions come. They really confuse. So these ones, you must have a content first. You understand in the US, what are they doing? What is their priority? Then you will be able to answer. I hope I've given you a very good example that will answer you, Edwin. Kindly send me this recording. That one is Caleb who will answer that. I think Caleb have finished.
I'm here. Thank you so much, Rose, for answering the questions that have been asked. If you can, you realize some of the questions have not been attended to, and our time is running out. We only have 5 minutes. Yeah, so this has been a very important session, and I think some of us may go home unsatisfied. So we are going to organize another event, and it would be an event of such nature, just a prolonged one, something like, let's say 1 hour, 30 minutes, so that we capture all the questions and try to answer them on matters entailing or relating to NCLEX. Yeah, so kindly
Yeah,
be on
yeah.
look.
Most of the questions, I think they are all, I've answered from top because I've checked all the questions. They are related. Maybe the question that you may,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. That is okay. So I've shared with you on the chat our contacts. Kindly, if you have any concern or if you want to join our June intake, the deadline is 16th June. So kindly reach out to us. We guide you on how to register, and you start with us so that you also pass your NCLEX exams as Rose has done. It is a joy. It is a happiness. Yeah, because it is a journey that entails, it requires a lot of commitment in terms of psychology, in terms of finances, a lot of commitment and investments. So speak to us, reach out to us, and we'll be glad to attend to you. I think at this point, I want to welcome Rose to say her last word, even as I will be dismissing the closing the meeting after you're done.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you, colleagues, for taking a bold step of joining the webinar, and I hope you've learned. I can say NCLEX is doable. Every step counts. Just take a bold step and register with Passcode. You will not regret. They will assist you in every step. They are the cheapest, I can say, in terms of finances, and they will assist you from your comfort. They only need you to pick a call when they are calling you, or you answer their emails, and you are good to go. Thank you so much. This is the best. US, we must go to the US because this economy of Kasongo, it is hitting us. NCLEX is the visa that you are, nursing is the visa you are working with. You only need to take a step, join Passcode, they guide you, and you'll be in the US in a few months. I will be glad when I'll come back again to give my testimony when I've already landed in the US. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ross. We are very much happy and glad that you spared some time out of your busy schedules to share with us your experience with Passcode and NCLEX. Indeed, this was worth your attendance, guys. Our number is on the chat. Kindly, if Kasongo. Okay, if you have any concern, you want to join us, you want to inquire about our cost on CGFNS or NCLEX registrations, reach out to us through that number that I've posted on the chat any time of the day. We open from Monday to Fridays as from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. So thank you so much, guys, for attending, and see you in the next webinar. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Good night.
Right. Good night.